All right, Colette and Gary, I want to show you what's going on with your girl Venus. The next step in her yard work and force fetch. We're back out here at the scene of the crime from the beginning of her training, working on her formal obedience and force fetching. Right here, baby. Hey. And what I wanted to show you, I mentioned on the phone, Venus is doing great, but she hasn't totally connected the two ideas. The idea of going out to chase and go get the bumper, you know, she's all gangbusters about going to get the dummy. She loves that. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Good. Good. She understands that. She loves to go chase, loves to go pick it up, you know, tails wagging. She just wants me to keep throwing it, which is great. But she's not delivering all the way to hand yet. And so what we're working on is teaching her how to deliver it to hand. And she hasn't totally fused these two ideas yet. So I want to show you how we work on this so that you know what I'm doing. So you can do it yourself with Winnie or any other dog for that matter. And so you know, so you can kind of see the process of what's going on here with Venus. So we've done all of our obedience with sit, here, and heel. She's kind of got me wound up here. We've done hold, we've done ear pinch, force fetch. Now what we do, the trick to usually finishing up this delivery to hand and really finishing this pressure-based retrieve is to do it with the e-collar. So we've had only 3 sessions, I think, with the e-collar. So she's seen very little of this, but like I told you on the phone, I'm very happy with her response. She seems to like this. Most dogs accept the e-collar because it's very, very consistent pressure, and it's instant on and instant off. So it's great, and that's why it's such a wonderful tool for teaching dogs a million different concepts. So I probably shouldn't have thrown her the duck, because now she's panting kind of heavy. It's a little bit hot today. We've had some storms, so it's kind of humid. So she may be panting a little bit, which kind of makes force fetch a little bit more difficult with anything, e-collar or otherwise. But what we want to do is we simply want to replace the pinch on her ear with a push of a button. Now the reason for this is practicality. We want to be able to set the stick on the ground, and I don't want to have to bend over and reach and touch her ear. Now, that may sound like I'm just being lazy, and to an extent I am. This is where my father would say it's a fine line between lazy and efficient. Think about that for a second. But anyway, the real reason we want to do this is we want her to be at a distance. We want to be able to have her, you know, if she drops it 10 feet away, which is what she's doing, we want to be able to say fetch with her 10 feet away and push the button, and her understand, oh, right, I'm supposed to pick that back up before I come to you. So that's the whole point, is we want to be able to tell her to fetch at any location, and she understand what that means at a distance. So it will greatly improve our efficiency and give us the ability to do it at a distance. That's really the key to getting her to deliver to hand nicely. So the way we teach the dog this is very, very simple. We put the stick in front of her mouth, and Venus is really good at fetching anyways. And really, I don't even have to pinch her ear anymore. I just put my hand back here, fetch, and she grabs the bumper. She knows, yeah, I got it. Yeah, grab the bumper, right? Fetch. She's panting, so that's gonna work against me. Give. Good dog. Here. All right, heel. Sit. Good dog. So, with Venus, we quickly moved away from even having to worry about her ear and just set the stick down here, fetch, and she understands. And every time I say the F word, girl, give, I am pushing the button. Now, my collar goes from a 1 to a 7, and each number has a low, medium, and high. So there's a low 1, a medium 1, a high 1, a low 2, a medium 2, high 2, and it goes in that order. A high 1 is less than a low 2. So technically there's 21 steps on my collar. She is on low 2, which is just barely enough to feel. Venus is a low pressure dog. She responds to pressure, what I would say is a very quick response to pressure. She is not a high pressure, really got a hammer on the dog type, which is what I would expect based on working with her parents. She's not a hard head, but she is nice and responsive. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to put it in front of her like I showed you, and then eventually we want to set this on the ground. So I want to set it down here, right here, fetch, good girl, heel, heel, sit, sit, good dog, give. I want to be able to talk, I want to be able to touch her, I want to be able to interact with her without her assuming that the first thing that I say is to drop it, sit. We want her to stay nicely in the heel position as we're doing that. So I want to be able to mess all over the dog without her dropping the bumper. We don't want her to anticipate the drop. Sometimes dogs will think, oh, here comes his hand. We don't want her doing that. Hold on to it until I take it from her, okay? So that's the first step, is fetch it off the ground. Let's do one more. Right here, right here, fetch. Good. Heel. Here. Sit. Give. Good girl. Even there, I want to be able to touch the stick. I don't want her to anticipate I'm taking it out until we say the word to give. Now, the next little piece that we're going to add to this is I'm going to put the stick in front of us. We're going to have her fetch it, and then I'm going to go backwards, and I'm going to call her to me as if I had thrown it and she was coming to me. You got excited there, didn't you? Didn't you? You gonna get him? You gonna get him? Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do now, let's see if we can make this work here. Heel. Good. Right here. Fetch. Venus, here. Heel. Sit. Give. Good girl. Good. So what we're going to be working on this week to finish this up, to get a really nice polished delivery to hand, is we're going to work on extending the distance on where the bumper is. So I'm going to set it right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Fetch. And if we don't get an immediate response, fetch, we immediately go back to the ear pinch. Here. Sorry, baby. Sit. Give. The leash got caught up in her foot there. So if we don't get an immediate response with the e-collar, we go right back to the ear pinch. Because that's, that's the piece that she definitely knows. Right here. Here, come on. Fetch. Good girl. Venus, here. Heel. Sit. Good dog. Give. Good dog. So we'll continue to work on this drill. We'll also add to this. Go get a fun one here. Go get a fun one. We'll add to this using like regular plastic bumpers, and then we'll go up to using the rubber ducks, and then using real birds. So we'll transition through other objects as well. Come on, baby. You gonna get in? There you go. Good girl. That's my girl. Good. That's better. That's better. Huh? That's better. Okay, let's go again. She's really in a good mood. She's in a good spot lately. Real happy. No pouting, no. Hey, come on. Venus, come on, baby. There you go. Good girl. At it, girl. Come on. Come on, bring him on in. Hey, don't. No chewing. No chewing. Anyway, that's how we're coming along. I imagine another week or two we'll have this delivered to hand, polished up and looking good. But all in all, Venus is doing just dandy. Really happy with her attitude and her work ethic. She likes coming out to the training yard. She wants to come do it, so she's doing great.